Have you ever wished you could make double-digit increases to your credit score all while sitting on the couch watching Netflix reruns? Well, now you can. Hi everyone, my name is Ben, and this channel is dedicated to all things personal finance, helping you earn more, spend less, and invest the difference. Now, your credit score is extremely important. It can be the difference between getting approved for a loan or being denied. And if you are approved, at what interest rates are you going to get approved for? So if you're trying to build or rebuild your credit, this is something that you can do in 5 minutes or less, and you're going to see instantaneous results. You're going to know if this helped you or not. So the good folks over at Experian, they're one of the 3 major credit bureaus along with Equifax and TransUnion. The folks at Experian, they realize that the vast majority of the time that you pay your bills, it's not getting reported to the credit bureaus. It's not affecting your credit score by paying these bills. You see, the credit model is inherently flawed because not all of your bills that you're paying on time are being reported, and that's what they noticed. Realistically, the only thing that typically gets reported is things like your revolving lines of credit, like your credit cards or any installment loans, if you have a mortgage or an auto loan or student loans or something like that. But other than that, none of your bills really get reported to the credit bureaus. So if you make an on-time payment for rent or utilities, water, electric, gas, sewage, your Netflix account, telephone, like none of that stuff gets reported to the credit bureaus, but you're paying those bills on time. That should help you, right? Well, now it does with Experian Boost. It's completely free. Just hop on over to Experian.com or type in Experian Boost into Google, and it'll take you right there. So basically what this program is they're going to have you enter in your bank account information. It's going to sync to your bank account, and it's going to scan through your transaction history. And what it's looking for is any sort of recurring bill that you've been paying on time for a period of months. All of those kind of regular recurring bills are now suddenly going to get reported to the credit bureau. And that can be fantastic because realistically, you've probably been paying these bills for a fair length of while. So that's going to establish a pretty good history of on-time payment. So once it's done scanning your bank account and identified any bills that you've been consistently paying, it is immediately going to show you just how much your credit score increased by using Experian Boost. Now, if for whatever reason it didn't help you, or worse yet, it hurt you, maybe you're having your electricity in your home shut off because you're not paying your electric bill or whatever. So if it's not helping you, or worse yet, if it's hurting you, you can just simply, once again, opt out of the program and your credit score will revert back to what it was normally just 5 minutes ago before you started this process. So literally, it can only help you because if it hurts you, you just stop using it. So how much can this program theoretically help you? Well, 61% of users surveyed said that their credit score increased by an average of 13 points. That's pretty good for only taking, 5 minutes to sign up for this program that can only help you. But better than that, if you're on the low end of the credit spectrum, someone with very poor credit, then the overwhelming majority of people, 80% plus, said that they had an increased score of 21 points on average. That's pretty good. Now, one of the few flaws with Experian Boost, because I always like to tell people the good, the bad, and the ugly, one of the flaws with Experian Boost is it's only scanning your bank account information. So if you're not having those bills paid directly out of your bank account, maybe you're putting your utility bill on a credit card so you can rack up those points or miles or whatever it is. So in a case like that, Experian Boost can't tell that you're paying your bills on time because it's not showing up as a utility bill, it's just showing up that you're paying your credit card, and they don't know what kind of bills you had on your credit card, if it was just utilities or if you just went out shopping. And the other downside with Experian Boost is it's only going to affect your Experian credit score. So if your lender uses TransUnion or Equifax or something like that, those credit scores are not affected. It will only help your Experian credit score. So I highly recommend signing up for Experian Boost, but what are some alternatives if that's not working out for you? What else can you do? So what are some other options that you guys can try to sign up for? Well, you can also try to sign up for Ultra FICO. This is a new system set up between the FICO credit scoring company and Experian. They partnered up to create this new program, Ultra FICO. So basically what this is, it's a brand new scoring model, so it's different than like FICO 8 or FICO 9 or something like that most lenders use. What this is basically doing is a little bit of the same thing as Experian Boost. So you're going to put in your bank account information so that Ultra FICO can scan your bank account. And it's going to be looking for, those bill payments and things like that Experian Boost was looking for. But it's also looking at the actual dollar amount that you have inside your bank account. So it's going to be looking for things like overall savings. How much money do you have left over? Or are you consistently running negative? Are you consistently being hit with overdraft fees from your bank? So for example, for someone who has not had an overdraft fee within the last 3 months, and you have maybe an average of $400 or more in your savings account, 70% of those users reported an increase in their credit score. And credit newbies, either people trying to establish new credit or people with poor credit, 40% said that their credit score improved by 20 points or more. So that's pretty significant. Now, one thing that I have to say with Ultra FICO is that this is a completely different scoring model. Not all lenders use this. And it's usually not their primary model. This is a second chance to get approved for things. So hypothetically, if you try to go out and get a loan and you're close to hitting the credit threshold to be approved for whatever this loan is, but you weren't quite there, you fell a few points short, what they can do is they can rerun your credit using the Ultra FICO credit scoring model. It's not going to hit you with a second hard inquiry or anything like that. So basically they try using their preferred credit scoring model and you fell a little bit short, and so they can try again using this Ultra FICO method and potentially approve you under those terms. Now, since this is a completely separate scoring model, you are not going to see a credit score increase on Credit Karma or whatever credit score tracking program that you've been using. This is a completely different model, so don't be discouraged when you sign up for this if you don't immediately see your credit score jump, because you won't. It will not increase. This is a completely separate model, and Credit Karma and all those other websites don't track this, but your lender can use it as an alternative if you fail whatever their preferred credit scoring model is. So those are the free things that you can sign up, but there's are a few paid programs that you can sign up for as well. So depending on your circumstances, these may be beneficial to you. You just have to outweigh the pros and the cons. So the first one you can do is Rent Reporter. Just hop on over to rentreporter.com, and these guys report your on-time rent payments, and they report to 2 of the 3 major credit bureaus. They report to Equifax and TransUnion. Now, these guys claim that the average user of this program increased their credit score by 40 points in only 10 days. Now, once again, they only report to 2 of the 3 credit bureaus. They are not reporting to Experian, and it is a paid program. So obviously, if your credit score is increasing by 40 points, that's probably because the people that are using this are on the lower end of the credit spectrum. If you're already in like the upper 600s, 700s, 800s, you're probably not going to see quite as much of an increase, but it may still be worth it depending on your circumstances. But this is a paid program, so initially they're going to charge you roughly $100 just to sign up for the program, and then it is a recurring monthly service for them to keep on reporting. So I think it's roughly $10 a month after that. Another program you can sign up for is Extra Credit. So just like Rent Reporter is going to report your rent, Extra Credit is going to report your rent and all of your other utilities as well. So gas, water, electric, all that stuff. They're going to report it to all 3 major credit bureaus. But this one is pretty pricey. It comes out to roughly $25 a month. So on a recurring basis, both of these programs can be relatively expensive. So I don't necessarily recommend this for everybody, but if you're somebody that's applying for a large loan in the near future, maybe you're trying to apply for an auto loan or a mortgage or something like that, and you're trying to get an immediate credit score increase, In those cases, paying these fees to temporarily increase your credit score could be a good idea, but it's not for everybody. But otherwise, if you are somebody that's not trying to apply for a loan in the near future, then I would not recommend either of these two paid programs, simply due to their cost. I mean, let's be realistic. Your credit score doesn't matter 364 days out of the year. Your credit score could be terrible. The only day that your credit score matters is the day that you try to apply for a loan. So if you're not trying to get a loan, then who cares what your credit score is? Just start rebuilding your credit score naturally and organically using sound fundamental financial principles, and increase your score that way instead of paying money to increase your score when it doesn't matter because you're not applying for a loan. Because $25 a month to sign up for extra credit, I mean, that's $300 a year. That's a fair amount of money that you could just simply be using that money to pay down existing credit card debt and improve your credit utilization rate. But in the short term, if you're trying to apply for a loan immediately, it can be a fantastic option. If you found this video useful, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and as always, I'll see you all again next time. Thanks.